This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Christiana Taxi Park to be expanded. Mayor of Mandeville, Donovan Mitchell, and a Member of Parliament for Manchester North Eastern Audley Shaw say the Christiana Taxi Park is to be expanded to alleviate congestion and the concerns of taxi operators. In terms of the expansion of the car park in the Christiana area, two things are on the table. One, businessman Valentin Wint had proposed to sublet to us a portion of land that would mean some development in order for us to have some additional space. That, I think, is on hold at this time because the Minister of Transport, Audley Shaw, who happens to be the MP for the area, has met with officers from the council to discuss an expansion of the existing taxi park, Mitchell said on Thursday. Shaw told the news that he is working with the local municipality to address the inadequate space for taxi operators in Christiana. I am working with the Transport Authority and the Manchester Parish Council to urgently expand the existing transportation center to make it bigger and to connect it to the Christiana bypass, he said. Shaw and Mitchell's comments follow protests by scores of taxi operators Thursday morning who blocked a section of the Succeed Main Road in northeast Manchester over what they claim is harassment by the police in Christiana. The operators downed trees and used debris to block the main road in support of their colleague Jermaine Cunningham, who was captured on video resisting arrest over a traffic breach. In the near 2-minute video, which has gone viral on social media, one of two police officers used a baton to hit Cunningham. Cunningham has accused the police of physically assaulting him while he was in their custody at the Christiana police station on Wednesday. The police then beat me yesterday, and them handcuffed me and carry me go up a station, and handcuffed me on the bench. The police boxed me in my face, he told the journalist Thursday morning. Efforts to get a comment from the Manchester police were unsuccessful up to Thursday evening. This is the second protest in 6 months. In March, taxi operators blocked a section of the Succeed Main Road near Christiana over the parking issue. The taxis previously used a private property as a parking area, but it is now under construction for a commercial building. The taxi operators say the parking arrangement on Wildman Street, commonly referred to as Market Street, is dangerous. Mitchell is hoping that the Christiana Taxi Park will be expanded in the coming months. As soon as the feasibility report is available and the funding is found, we will be able to do what it is that we can do. I would assure the public that we would try to do our best to have everything ready in time for the Christmas period because we know what is to be done there, he said. President of the Northeast Manchester Taxi Association, Ruby Parton, said a meeting has been scheduled for next Monday to meet with the head of the Manchester Police, Superintendent Shane McCullough, and the taxi operators. It is a bit harsh when they get ticketed when they park on the sidewalk. They were told that they could have parked on the sidewalk as long as they're not obstructing traffic, but it is not working, she said. Decomposing body found in barrel at Hellshire Swamp. The decomposing body of a man was found in a barrel in a swamp along the Hellshire Main Road in Portmore, St. Catherine, late Thursday afternoon. The body, which up to press time was still unidentified, was reportedly found by a passerby at about 3:40 p.m. The police were alerted. When the lawmen made checks, they observed what appeared to be the upper section of a male in the barrel in the swamp. The area was cordoned, and following investigations, the body was removed. The police said further investigations would be conducted. St. Andrew pig farmer charged for shooting at police. A St. Andrew pig farmer who allegedly fired at a police team in Riverton earlier this month has been charged with 9 counts of shooting with intent. He has been identified as 36-year-old Aldino Forks of K-Lad Circle, Corville Gardens. Reports from the Hunts Bay Police are that about 11 a.m. on September 4, the police were on patrol in the area when several explosions were heard. Forks was reportedly seen with a firearm in his hand during a police investigation. Upon seeing the police, Forks opened fire at the police team, a police statement said. It added that Forks was pursued, accosted, and a Kimbar .45 pistol was taken from him. Forks was charged following a question and answer session with his attorney. Relief being provided for flood victims, says the Labor and the Social Security Minister. The Labor and the Social Security Minister, in collaboration with the Red Cross and other humanitarian partners, says it has been providing food parcels, hygiene kits, tarpaulins and mattresses to flood victims in St. Catherine, Clarendon, Portland, St. Elizabeth and St. Anne. Those parishes were most affected by flooding due to torrential rainfall associated with the passage of Hurricane Ian from September 24 to 26. The Ministry's Disaster Rehabilitation and Welfare Management Unit has confirmed that homes in at least 5 major communities in St. Catherine and 8 in Clarendon have been severely impacted and have suffered varying degrees of loss to property and household items. The St. Catherine communities include Church Road in Bog Walk, Kent Village, Hampton Green, Big Pond, and Patrick Street in Old Harbor, while those in Clarendon include areas of Maypen, Palmetto Pen, Cornpeas, Bottom Halls Hall, Freetown, Palmer's Cross, Tollgate, and Racecourse and its environs. One shelter was activated in Clarendon with 10 individuals who were provided with hygiene kits. The shelter remains open, but the occupants have returned home, the ministry said in a statement released on Friday morning. The parishes of St. Elizabeth, St. Anne, and Portland have also been impacted. However, the degree of damage and dislocation suffered is relatively less, it said. In St. Elizabeth, one family whose house was destroyed by a fallen tree has been provided with relief supplies. In Portland, 2 houses were damaged by fallen trees, one partially and the other completely. The ministry says it is in dialogue with a charity, Food for the Poor, to collaborate on assisting the families. And it says efforts to support a St. Anne family whose house has been partially damaged are being hampered as the road is impassable due to fallen trees. Labor and the Social Security Minister Carl Samuda has sought to affected residents that the government will do everything possible to help them overcome the impact of this difficult time. Deacon granted bail on fraud charges. A deacon who is accused of defrauding his employer of more than $2 million was granted bail when he appeared in the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on Thursday. Conroy Loney, 48, was granted bail in the sum of $500,000 following an application by his attorney Nicholas Edmond. Mr. Edmond stated that his client, who was employed to Kingston Industrial Garage for 27 years, has denied the allegations against him. The attorney argued that Mr. Loney was a stock clerk and had no interaction with the customers. The court was told that Mr. Loney submitted 117 fake battery warranty invoices valued at $2.1 million. Jamaican sentenced to 18 months probation in the U.S. for forgery and theft. A Jamaican woman has been sentenced to 18 months probation in Delaware County, Pennsylvania, after pleading guilty to forgery and theft charges for stealing U.S. $4,300 from a mentally challenged care-dependent client of her employer. Tracy Ann Foster, 41, was also ordered to repay more than U.S. $4,000 to the victim under the negotiated guilty plea. The figure includes interest owed to the victim. The owner of a home health care agency contacted police in August 2021 after a client reported her checkbook was missing. It was discovered that 3 forged checks from the victim's bank account had been issued to Foster, who was an employee of the home health agency and had been at the victim's home more than 200 times since July 2020. According to online court records, the Jamaican turned herself into the police on October 28 last year and was freed on $20,000 unsecured bail. She waived a preliminary hearing last month. In addition to probation and restitution, the judge ordered her to have no contact with the victim and to provide a DNA sample to the state police. Jamaica CERT urges companies to strengthen cybersecurity measures. The Jamaica Cyber Incident Response Team has received more than 700 reports of cybercrimes since the start of the year. This has prompted a call from the team for companies in the private and the public sectors to strengthen cybersecurity measures to safeguard against evolving cyber threats and risk. Lieutenant Colonel Godfrey Sterling, head of Jamaica CERT, told the news that the team is seeing a whole slew of existing and emerging threats. He disclosed that there are 15 main threats that all business entities must take into consideration. These include malware, web-based attacks, identity theft, insider threats, and data breach. Colonel Sterling pointed out that there has been a rise in distributed denial-of-service attacks, where attackers prevent users from accessing online services and sites. He recommended that businesses invest in legitimate software, plus upgrade and update as necessary, stay away from free and questionable software, which may have malicious codes embedded in them, and properly configure routers and firewalls. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.